Hello, welcome to Galaxy of the Force, a Star Wars podcast for kids. I'm Joseph and I'm 6 years old. And this is Shay.
I'm Joseph's parent.
So today we are going to look at, none of the films today, because for those of you who don't know anything about Star Wars, you might want to know. So today we're just doing an introduction. So we're going to call it episode CERO0.
Okay, so episode 0 of Galaxy of the Force, a Star Wars podcast for kids.
Yeah.
Shall I ask you some questions about Star Wars and then we can learn about it?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Because I'm the Star Wars expert.
Excellent.
I know more than you. But
Yes.
you think you know more than me.
I definitely don't.
You think you do.
I don't know more
Yes,
than
you do.
Okay, first question. When does Star Wars take place?
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
So
The Republic.
The when is a long time ago. And the where is?
In a galaxy far, far away.
In a galaxy far, far away. Okay, and so this is not our galaxy, it's a different galaxy.
Yep.
And do you get human beings or different kinds of creatures?
Both answers are correct.
So you get humans, but also other kinds of creatures.
Yep, but, there's just one thing I have to say, guys.
What's that?
You don't get goats, dogs, cats, whales, dolphins, turtles, sea turtles,
Okay, so
tortoises,
the animals are different.
Yes, only the humans are the same.
Only the humans are the same.
For example, there are huts,
Huts.
Gungans, Ewoks,
Wookiees?
yeah, Wookiee.
Is a Wookiee different to an Ewok?
Yeah, a Wookiee's like a bigger version of an Ewok.
I see. And do they come from the same planet?
No. Ewoks come from the moon Endor.
Okay.
It's a moon, it's not the moon of a planet called Endor. It's just a moon
Okay, and the
of
moon...
no planet, and the moon is called Endor. And the Wookiees are from the planet of Kashyyyk.
I see.
It's hard to spell. It's
That is...
Kashyyyk.
Wow, okay. And what else? Oh, I know. A question for you. So how many Star Wars films are there?
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
For those of you who don't know, we are currently recording this episode in Dieppe from our holiday.
And Dieppe is in France.
That's why Joseph just counted in French. Okay, so there are 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Great. So there are 9 main Star Wars films. And these films are all about the story of a particular family. Which family is that?
Skywalker.
The Skywalker family. Right, so
As I have once fallen, so falls the last Skywalker.
I have no idea what you just said.
As I have once fallen, so falls the last Skywalker.
Who says that?
You know who says that. We might want to mention who the main bad guy is right now.
Okay, who is the main bad guy?
Surname? Palpatine. First name? Shall I say it?
Yeah?
It isn't, should I say it? Yeah. It is Sidious. The surprise begins with S's.
So
Sidious Palpatine.
Sidious Palpatine.
But he's also known as Darth Sidious. Chancellor Palpatine.
Emperor Palpatine.
True.
So, okay, so that's the main baddie and the goodies, or...
And
actually
that's
not
what he
always.
says in number 9.
What does he say, number 9?
Don't you remember? As I have once fallen, so falls the last Skywalker.
I see, okay. So he is the main baddie, and he's the baddie in all of the films, all 9 films.
Well, he isn't in all 9 films, is he? No, is he? No.
Okay, well, we'll find out about that as we go through the podcast. And the goodies, or sometimes goodies, sometimes it's a bit complicated, are the Skywalker family. So these 9 films, these are the core of Star Wars, aren't they? Because there are other things, other TV shows and films and cartoons and things.
Of Star Wars, for example, The Mandalorian, which I do not like. It is very, very not likable. I only got to the half of the first episode, but what some of you might like is Star Wars Special. There's only 2 seconds of seeing The Mandalorian, which I like because he's mean.
Right, and there's also other there's some other films as well which aren't part of the main saga.
But the Star Wars Life Day Special, I really like. Even though it doesn't. Wait, no, it does have my favourite character in it.
Who's your favourite character?
Oh, we might want to mention that a bit later.
Okay, we'll mention it a bit later. So, there's something really important that people should know about the films and how they are
what
made.
Is that?
That is.
I might want to answer the question.
Okay,
and
you tell us
might
what
want
that
to
is.
tell it.
Okay, you answer the question then. What's a bit different about these 9 films? How are they organised?
Well, okay. If you remember French, then I'll say it in French.
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9.
So that's the order that the films were made.
What's that?
So the order that they were made...
4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9.
So there are 3 trilogies, 3 groups of 3 films.
Yeah, so imagine this.
So, and what do we call the first trilogy that was made? 4, 5 and 6. What are they known as? Do you remember? They're known as the original trilogy. And they focus on Luke Skywalker, Leia, and Han Solo. Those are the main...
What about Chewie?
Oh yeah, and Chewbacca is also one of the main characters in that. And they are...
Chewie is one of Han Solo's best friends. So, just if you don't know that, in what's it called? Well, I forgot what it's called, but another Star Wars thing that isn't a film, for like the Star Wars Special, Life Day Special, another thing like that. What was I talking about again?
You were talking about Chewie, how he's Han Solo's best friend.
You find out where Han Solo meets Chewie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're all in the original trilogy, which are films 4, 5 and 6. They're known as episode 4, 5 and 6. But are they like TV episodes?
What do you mean? Oh, no. This is the funny thing about... Oh, right. I'm gonna tell you now who wrote Star Songs.
Who wrote Star Wars?
Everyone will know this is quite a common name. As most people call this George Lucas.
Lucas.
But the first name, George, most people call that.
Most people in the world?
Well, in England.
You think more than half of the people in England are called George?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
How many Georges are in your class?
No.
1.
Well, it's very common in books.
It is. You're right. It is a very common name in books. One of the main characters in the Famous Five is called George as well, isn't she?
What about?
What about what?
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh yeah, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Grandpa George.
Yeah.
But Uncle Joseph. Grandpa Joe is the one who takes them to the chocolate factory and does all of those
That's
stuff.
right.
I like that. And one of my short names is Joe.
One of your short names is Joe. Okay, so...
You call me Joe a lot of the time.
I do. Okay,
That's
so...
why I like him. He's the oldest of them all. He's over 90.
Yeah, so back from Roald Dahl, back to Star Wars.
George Lucas.
George Lucas wrote Star Wars. So we have the original trilogy, 4, 5 and 6, that Luke Skywalker is the main character of. Then the next films to come out, they're known as the prequel trilogy.
Luke and Leia.
Yes, okay.
And Darth Vader.
Okay. Then we've got the prequel trilogy.
And Han
episodes
Solo and
1,
Chewie.
episodes 1, 2 and 3. Do you know what prequel means? It means...
You might want to tell everyone listening to that. And you might also want to tell me.
Okay, so prequel means that it comes before. So episodes 1, 2 and 3 are set in... The time that they take place is before episodes 4, 5 and 6. They were made afterwards. And the main character in those the main character is Anakin Skywalker.
And Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Who else?
Padme Amidala.
Oh yeah, Padme Amidala, definitely.
So
No, would we count
I guess
Luke Skywalker? Would we count Luke Skywalker? Because
no,
I guess he isn't in all of the films.
no, he's just born at the end of number 3, isn't he? But we'll get to that when we do more episodes of our podcast.
Yeah.
And then the final trilogy, which are known as the sequel trilogy.
The main characters are Ben Solo, who's also known as Kylo Ren. My favourite character in Star Wars.
Your favourite?
Character in Star Wars.
Who else is in 7, 8
Rey
and 9?
and Finn.
Rey and Finn.
Wait, I think I'd also count Poe Dameron and Leia.
General Leia.
Yeah.
Right.
I might also count Luke.
And perhaps Luke as well. Okay, so then you've got those are episodes 7, 8 and 9.
Yeah.
And in our next 9 episodes, we'll be talking about the storyline for those films and delving a bit more into the world of Star Wars.
And after those 9 episodes, if you really like our podcast, well, you might think we're done. But nah, we actually are going to get patrons and visitors.
Oh, are we?
To help us choose what we're going to do next.
Okay, great. So we might do some interviews with people, and
We
might
could have visitors.
we could have visitors. We could
Patrons, if no one knows. They're people who help create an episode, choose an episode. That means choose something about Star Wars to talk about, or you could be in an episode.
And you really like the idea of this because one of the podcasts that you like listening to is called History Story Time, and they have patrons. Don't they?
And it makes it so good, and that's what I want this podcast to be. There's another one that we listen to. It's called Children of the Force, not Galaxy of the Force. And some of you might like it, so you could look up on any of those and see if you like them. And if you do, message us. So now, back to Star Wars.
Well, let's finish this episode with a Star Wars joke. Could you tell us a Star Wars joke?
How about a few?
A few?
We might want turns.
Okay, well...
But before that, we might want to tell you something important.
Okay, what is the important thing?
Well, should we tell them all of the Skywalkers before we do it? Because then they'll know
who the Skywalker
we're going
family
to
is.
talk about.
Okay, so we'll start with...
So the oldest Skywalker,
that's Anakin's mum, isn't it?
Shmi Skywalker.
And then we've got Anakin, her son, and Anakin marries Padme Amidala.
Yeah.
And who are their children?
Luke and Leia.
And Leia marries... Well, I don't know if they get married, but they have a child together.
They do get married.
Who does she marry?
Han Solo.
And Leia and Han Solo have a child called...
Ben Solo.
Right.
Ben Skywalker also.
Right, so he's sometimes known as a Skywalker. Although, interestingly, we'll probably talk about this later, Leia and Luke have different surnames because they were adopted by different people.
So Luke was adopted by his aunt and uncle, Barry Lars and Owen Lars. And Leia was adopted by Bail Organa. And, what was it again?
I don't know who Bail
Yeah,
Organa's wife is.
I know it from my encyclopedia, but I forgot. So
That's something we can look that up
let's
later.
keep doing it. So
Okay. Rey isn't a Skywalker, is she? Or is she?
Rey is adopted by the Skywalkers, so she becomes a Skywalker.
I see.
So at the very last seconds of the last film, Rey meets an old lady, and that lady says, it's not so much people. A long time. Who are you? And Rey says, Rey. And then the old lady says, Rey who? Then suddenly Leia and Luke's ghost appears. They smile at her. And loads of seconds later, Rey says, Rey Skywalker. End of films.
Oh, wow. I haven't actually seen that film, so good to know. Thanks,
Told
Joseph.
you at the start of the episode. So, that's the Skywalkers.
Well, that's it, isn't it? So let's tell our Star Wars joke to finish.
Loads, I said. A few.
Okay, go on then. Start us off.
So, what's Count Dooku's favourite game?
I don't know.
Some of you might know this game as you find it in newspapers. Sudoku.
Sudoku. Count Dooku's favourite game is Sudoku.
Count
Excellent.
Sudoku.
Okay. Any other Star Wars joke for us?
You can do the next one.
I don't know any, Joseph.
Yes, you do. Well,
Make
do
one
it.
up. I'm not very good at making up jokes.
I'm really good.
Okay, you do a last joke then. Come on.
What did Leia do with the hedgehog?
I don't know.
Leia hedgehog on the sofa.
Lay a hedgehog on the sofa. Excellent. Thanks, Joseph. And hopefully we'll see everyone again next time.
Bye-bye. See you later. And tomorrow we're gonna do... Should I tell them now? We're gonna do episode 1, not episode 4. So, let's go. Bye-bye. See you later. See you tomorrow. Bye.